we know who gets the ball first, or are they? Oh no, they haven't decided that yet. Probably. So we're here at Centralia Tiger Stadium. We got the lights on 'cause it was a little sunny out a little earlier, but it's kind of cooling down a little bit. We have every ref out here today. They're all wearing pants. About 2 weeks ago, one ref decided to wear shorts, and he seemed like he was regretting around like 8 o'clock when it was about like 40, 50 degrees out.
I think he realized it was a bad choice, not only fashion-wise, but weather-wise. So the other refs probably kind of give him a bad time for that. Like, oh, you sure you? Because it was sunny at the beginning of the last game.
It was just about how it was now. But yeah, this looks like it's starting to cool down. It's still see pretty well outside. It's not dark, but you can definitely tell it's still day out. And we have a pretty good crowd today too. Bleachers starting to fill up. Everyone's starting to get their food from the concession stands to my right. It's a little hut with a bunch of tiger paws all over it.
Right, and if you're tuning in, we should probably talk about who's playing here because we have not mentioned that yet. So
that is very true.
Yeah,
that's very true. So we have WF West, the Bearcats, and they are going against the home team, the Centralia Tigers.
So this is the rivalry game, but the JV version of it.
Yes.
The Battle of the Swamp. And Friday night for the Swamp Cup, it was WF West winning 28-0 over the Centralia Tigers. And boy, last weekend it was pretty, at least Saturday and Sunday was pretty wet out here. I know they had a soccer game out on this field on Saturday. And about an inch of water all over the place.
Yeah, they had to cancel the game early, too, because they couldn't. It was about 16 minutes in. As soon as the ball was kicked and it landed, it just wouldn't move, so they decided to call it.
So the field looks great today, though. They got all the water off, and it looks pretty dry out there.
Oh, it looks dry.
So we have both teams, and like you mentioned, a pretty good crowd because this is, the Battle of the Swamp. And even though it's a JV version, we still get a lot of parents coming out to root. Probably a lot of these parents graduated from both of these high schools too, and you just got to come out and cheer on your kid and your old high school, right? Oh,
that's true. It's the generation thing. This Centralia team was like really popular in the 1980, but it seems we have the captains. Yeah, two captains of both teams coming up.
Get some of those. Number 3, the quarterback for WF West Johnson, is out there for Centralia. 65. Who would be is that 65? I don't see him.
Yeah, it's 65. We have
65. I don't see his number on our. Who else do we have?
There's
number
15, 50, and
Chris
26.
Carlisle.
Oops.
We have 26. That would be Jordan Thomas, and number 15, Manuel Aguilar for Centralia. And we can't really see the numbers for WF West. I see 119. We said that number 3. Johnson for WF West, but number 19, I don't see his number listed. That's always good. We don't have those numbers listed.
Oh, that's very true. Well,
we have the rosters, but we'll have to call him number 19, I guess, until we get some confirmation of who he is. So it looks like.
What are they doing here? We can't tell who won the toss.
I can't tell if the ref was giving us a signal or stretching. He's kind of waving his arms out.
Yeah, no signal yet.
So it looks like WF West they'll be receiving on our broadcast right, and they'll be working toward our broadcast left. So captains are shaking their hands.
And they're going back to their benches, and it seems like we'll have kickoff here in about like a few minutes. So just a reminder, this is a JV game. This is not about who wins or loses. This is all about trying to get experience.
Oh, I don't know. It might be about who wins or loses when it comes to rivalries. but
that is true.
Yeah, I think the overall thing is that, it's more important to get the system in.
You clearly want the win, but the main focus is trying to build experience that way next year. If they want to jump on the varsity team, then they can come back here, and that's their only focus is to win. But right now, you just want to get those repetitions in, and hopefully Centralia can get the win for the varsity team.
Get a little revenge back. So it looks like number 11 will be kicking off, and back
to our broadcast right. He's currently talking with the ref. Everyone's still lining up. Centralia just lined up, and the ball is placed down.
So deep for WF West, we have number 33, Kevin Clevenger. And I can't catch the other person back there. But we're ready for the kickoff.
Number 11 has his arms up and his gun, and he kicks it off. There's a high kick to about the WF West 30-yard line, and it is returned to about the 35-yard line on WS West side on the Bearcats, and we have the offenses and the defenses coming on the field as we speak.
So just about a 5-yard run back on that kickoff. So not a very far kickoff. It was 5, 10, 15, 20, about 25-yard.
We have WF West, the Bearcats, lining up right now. Seems to be the shotgun formation. Quarterback is telling his slot receiver and his wide receiver to move, and Paul is hiked. He's looking. He's throwing. It's going long. Number 12 throwing it to the right side, and it is dropped by number 19.
Yeah, who we don't have listed. But on that play, you could see it when they lined up that the quarterback, who was number 12, Derek Van de Larscott, was signaling to his receivers to come in a little bit closer, and they tried to take advantage of the height difference.
WF West is lining up again. Seems number 12 is still the quarterback, still in the shotgun formation. He has like two running backs to his left. He hands the ball off to can't see the number, but it looks like maybe a few yards, maybe 4 yards a gain. It's now 2nd and 10.
About 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5, yes.
And good penetration. I mean, they really came off the ball well. The offensive line able to push the defenders back a little bit.
It was 2nd and 10, and now it is 3rd and 5 on the WF West 43-yard line. It looks like the single back set. Oh, he pitches it off to 26 on the right side, and he's going, and he gets the first down a little more, and he's taken down at the Centralia 44-yard line.
About a 15-yard pickup for number 26, and that would be Lane Douglas, who's listed at 5'8", sophomore, as a wide receiver and defensive back. So a nice little pitch out to him.
Seems he got Centralia a little confused on the play, but they're still in the huddle, and now they are lining up. It is 1st and 10, the 45-yard line. It looks to be in the shotgun formation as well. We have one running back in the back with the quarterback. We have a flag on the play. It looked like someone jumped. Can't tell who it is at this moment. It is on the defense. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be 1st and 5.
Yeah, WF brought a man in motion, but I think one of the linemen took off a little bit early on that.
Looked like try to guess the snap count, and it seemed to cost the defense 5 yards. It's now 1st and 5 on the 40-yard line of Centralia. Looks to be in the shotgun formation again. There's a running back in the play. Quarterback signals 33 to run, and it's a little jet sweep. He's running to the left side, and he finally gets tackled. He looked like he got the first down.
About a 10-yard gain for him. Hike was a little bit high for the quarterback. Luckily, their quarterback looks pretty tall out there and had to pull it down quickly and give it to the guy coming around for the sweep. I believe that was number 33, wasn't it, on the sweep? Kevin Clevenger again.
That's what I saw too. And then they are lining up. WF West is 1st and 10. The 30-yard line. There's 8:20 to go. It is the shotgun formation. There's two. Oh no, it's the single back set. And there's another flag on the play.
Offsides on Centralia. Encroachment.
Can't tell who it was, but will now be 1st and 5. It'll be 8:11 left in the first quarter.
Makes it easy. You only have 1st and 5.
1st and 5, yeah, on the 25-yard line of Centralia, and then it looks to be another single back set. Quarterback hands it off to number 32, and he's taken down almost immediately. Maybe he might have got 1 yard at most.
Tyler Lafferberg, WF West. And yeah, Centralia was not fooled on that play. They were able to stack him up about the line of scrimmage. Are they giving him a yard on that or not? Nope, it doesn't look like it.
They didn't give him a yard, so it was right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line still in the first quarter. There's 7:30 left to play. The score is 0-0. WF West is now lining up. It seems to be two running backs in the backfield with the quarterback in the shotgun. He throws it to his right to number 1. Looked to me a little screen, and he's taken down almost immediately. I don't know if he maybe like a yard or two pickup.
Again, that hike was a little bit high. The quarterback just throwing it all the way across field to his receiver, who got the ball like a screen pass to a receiver all the way across the field.
All the way to the right side now is 3rd and 2 at the 22-yard line. There's 6:47 left to play. The score is still tied at 0. There's 2 running backs in the back, and number 12 hands it off to one of the running backs. He piles on down in the middle. Looks like he maybe got like 8 or 9 yards on the run.
Yeah, got a first down on that. And again, the WF West offensive line coming off that ball, quickly pushing the defensive line for Centralia back.
So now it is 1st and 10, the 15-yard line, and the score is still tied. Well, we'll see if that continues. There's 6:30 left in the first quarter. There is 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback, and there are 2 receivers on the right side. They're not lined up anywhere else. So let's see if there's maybe another screen. Ball's hiked, and no, it's another run play. He runs back a little bit, going to the left side. He's stiff-arming a few defenders, and he's taken down after maybe a 7-yard gain.
No, actually, I don't think he got 7. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage.
It gets kind of hard to tell when you run back 6 yards. And
yeah, because he did go backwards there. Good penetration from Centralia, but I think the play kind of stalled out when they were handing off.
So it was officially 2nd and 10. We have a wide receiver on the left and the right side of the quarterback. There are 2 running backs in the play. There's another run play. Oh, no, the quarterback keeps it, and he's going to the right side, and he throws it to a wide open receiver for the touchdown. WF West Bearcats on the right side.
Who was that? 16.
39, probably.
39 for. That would be Cody Morrow. 39.
And they're now lining up for the extra points. We have number 32 who's kicking it off. Number 12 is the placeholder. They're lining up. The ref is running backwards out of the way, and the ball is about to get snapped. And it's snapped and he kicked it, and it is waiting on the signal. No good. So there's 5:59 left in the first quarter. The Bearcats are up 6. The Tigers 0. So what do you have to say about that touchdown?
Well, first of all, I think WF West moved the ball methodically down the field, and just watching them, they have a pretty good offensive line, able to give their running backs some pretty gaping holes there when they were running. And on the touchdown, the quarterback, it looked like it was kind of a broken play, and he was going to his right and saw somebody wide open in the end zone and just passed it out to him. Did it look like a broken play to you? I'm not sure. Maybe it was designed like that, but
it almost looked like a broken play, but it could have been a trick play because it fooled me at first too. But he was able to, like you said, like there was no defender around him for at least a few yards. So it was an easy touchdown pass, something every quarterback in any kind of league will appreciate. Now we have WF West lining up for their kickoff. They're on our broadcast right, and they're going to be kicking off to our broadcast left to Centralia.
Deep for Centralia, Jonathan Ruff. I'm not seeing the other number out there. Looks like 80. Is that number 80? I can't tell.
I can't tell either. And the ball is kicked by, it is a short kick to about the 32-yard line of the Centralia. Normally, like, he's tackled and he's still going. It took 3 defenders to bring him down. He was coming on the right side, trying to hopefully break free, but he was maybe took like 2 or 3 yards till he was eventually taken down.
Yeah, that was David Hines with the catch, and looked like he cut back to try to find some more room, but W. West was right on him.
It took the third defender to bring him down, and he got a little help after that, but he made 2 people miss. And they are now lining up. Centralia looks like the single back set. We have number 15, I believe, at the quarterback. We have a wide receiver on the left and the right. And the ball is handed off to 26, and he's taken down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Right as he tried to go up the middle, but he found nothing there.
Yeah, W. West in a 4-3 on defense, and they weren't fooled at all.
Centralia is known to run the football down the middle, so that's probably what they were expecting Centralia to do. And they guessed right, so now Centralia is in the huddle. Now they broke it, and they are lining up. Can't tell what formation they're going to line up with. My guess would be this looks like... It almost looks like the victory formation.
Looks like the ref's going to stop play for 1 second here.
Looks like he's talking to someone on the Centralia O-line. Couldn't get a number. But looks like the clock is going, and they're lining up. Like, still same formation. Is handed off to 26, and he runs up the middle. Maybe gets 2 or 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, Jordan Thomas cut up the middle and found a little bit of hole to his left and cut back. Got about, looks like about 5-6 yards on that. It's a nice little play by, nice little run by Thomas for Centralia.
So it's 3rd down, 3, the 40-yard line of Centralia. The Cats are still up by 6. The Tigers 0. Now they lined up, and it looks like the single back set this time. We have one wide receiver on the right. Number 11's kind of looking at the quarterback, giving her back. And no, it's looks like a broken play, and the quarterback runs back, and he's taken down. Something didn't go right there. It was a sack. Maybe lost like 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, it looked like Jonathan Ruff, number 11, thought he was supposed to be in motion. The quarterback turned around to hand it to him, and he wasn't there, and so he had to scramble for his life. And they lose, about 6 yards on that?
About 6 yards. It was 4th and 8, 35-yard line of Centralia.
Let's see if they're going to punt or are they going to go for this. Not sure yet. They do. WF West puts one man deep because I don't think they're sure either.
Centralia's lined up to the ball.
Looks like they are going to punt.
Yes, they're punting. We have someone in the back. Okay.
So that's number 33 for WF West.
If I can see it correctly, number 16 is about ready to punt it off.
Kevin Clevenger.
He kicks in. That's a nice kick, and it's spotted by number 33, WF West. He runs to the right, and he breaks a few tackles. He's still going. It looks like he might have broke free. He only had 2 people to miss, and he is taken down maybe at the 20-yard line of Centralia.
There's about a 35-yard return for number 33, and I believe that was Clevenger. Let's check that. Kevin Clevenger for WF West. Showed some speed around the outside.
Oh, he did. He had a lot of help, too. He had a lot of blocking help, and he was able to make a few people miss himself. And now the offense of WF West has the ball at the 25-yard line of Centralia. Is 1st and 10. Score is the Bearcats 6, Tigers 0. Is 3:02 left in the first quarter. It looked like a single back set. No, it was a shotgun. One quarterback in there. Wide receiver in motion, number 1, comes to the right. So it's a little trick play. He fooled everyone. His number 12. And he runs into the left side, and he goes in for the touchdown. Did I read that number right? Is it number 12, or is it someone else?
I believe that was right, number 12.
Oh, 27? He's running right behind 68. He's running over maybe it's 27. Looks like 27. So the score now is the Bearcats 12, Tigers 0. There is 2:52 left in the first quarter.
Double reverse on that.
It's a double, yeah. He ran to the left side. He clearly fooled everyone on the Centralia defense, and they ran a pretty easy score in the touchdown. Oh, they're going for a fake. Number 12 has the ball, and he throws it out of bounds. Maybe try to fool Centralia, but they weren't fooled on that play. So the score so far is Cats still at 12, Tigers 0. There is 2:52 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a double reverse that WF West ran, a little trick play there. And some of the Centralia players didn't even see him as they were being blocked. And the person was reversing the field and had almost a clear field to the end zone. A couple Centralia defenders just about ran him down, though.
That's true. One seemed to catch up on it, but he got pancaked by an old lineman, and he only had one person to beat, and he was able to punch it in for the touchdown.
So deep for Centralia, Jonathan Ruff, and I can't get the other number over there. It looks like 80 or something.
WF West, the Bearcats, are about ready to kick this ball off. Is number 32. He looks like he's telling everyone in position what to do. And he goes in and he kicks the ball off. There's a high kick to the Centralia 10. Oh, looks like the 1 yard line. He didn't make it go into the end zone, and he runs up the middle, and he is taken down on the right side, maybe the 23-yard line of Centralia.
You hear the crowd getting riled up.
The ball was kicked, and he picked it up at the 1 yard line and ran it in. So it was a 24-yard run after he picked up the ball, and it looked like a little broken play. Someone was supposed to pick up the ball, and it just didn't happen. But Centralia made the best out of what could have happened. So now they are lining up. Centralia with their, can't tell. This looks like maybe using the shotgun. Number 11's looking at the quarterback. I can't tell who's in the backfield.
Uh-oh.
That was a flag on the play.
And number 26.
He was the running back in the back. He kind of jumped a little bit. And
Wayne Douglas.
Wayne Douglas, okay.
Yeah, just I think he was ready to go and couldn't balance himself because you know how you get ready to go, you're leaning forward and just had to move. So it cost him 5.
He was ready to make a play, and that'll be 1st and 15 at the 19-yard line of Centralia on the broadcast left. There's 2:48 left in the first quarter, and they're lining up. Looks like their victory formation, and I can't tell who got the ball, but he's running up the middle, and he's got some really good yards there, maybe like 6 yards. Maybe even a little more.
Number 26, it looks like, who just got the penalty on him a minute ago. That would be Jordan Thomas on that run. Gained about 6 yards on that.
So it is officially 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line. The clock is going down. It is 2:15 left. Centralia is lined up with their, looks like the single back set. No, they have a second running back there, and he hands it off to one of them. He runs up the middle, and he probably gets the first down. 6 yards, 6 or 7 yard run.
Once again, that's Thomas, Jordan Thomas, on that run. Or actually, Jordan Thomas, who's listed at 6'3" and is a junior.
With all the running backs in the backfield, you almost can't tell who has the ball. Maybe that's their plan. Switch it off between the two running backs there in the backfield. Looks like they're lining up for. They still have 2 running backs, and it's the same little kind of victory formation. He hands it off to 26 again. He probably gets maybe 4 or 5 yards on the run up the middle.
Yeah, Jordan Thomas able to find some room, and Centralia doing a good job on the ground so far. They're able to find some openings there. At least Thomas is. They've been moving the ball. I'm not sure what happened that first set of downs when they first got the ball.
Seems like Jordan Thomas is starting to figure out like maybe the holes of the defense, and they're lining up again. Centralia has the ball. It is 2nd and 1 with 1:06 left to play. The Centralia 45-yard line. Looks like the shotgun formation this time, and there is a Jordan Thomas is back up there, and he runs up the middle again. It looks like he picks up the first down, maybe a 4-yard run up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like a 4-yard run, and a defender able to grab his legs and just hang on for dear life as his teammates for WF West came over and were able to take him down. But good running by Jordan Thomas early in this game.
He's showing he has a high motor and a high energy, and there is Centralia wants maybe like 2 more plays off. There is 44 seconds left in the first quarter. They're lining up. It is 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Looks to be a single back set. We have number 11 looking at the quarterback, and maybe it looks like a victory formation. He runs it up. He hands it up to Jordan Thomas again. Runs backwards, and it seems like they lost yards on the play. Maybe a 2-yard loss in the back.
Yeah, great penetration by WF West. They weren't fooled on that. He had a couple defenders in the backfield, and they were able to bring him down for about a 2-yard loss, as you said.
There is 9 seconds left. I'm going to try and get another play off before the quarter is over. There is 3 seconds left. They're lining up in the victory formation, and the first quarter is over before they can get the playoff. They were close, maybe like a few seconds off, but weren't able to get the playoff in time. They were running their famous victory formation run.
Yeah, there's no reason to. It's the end of the first quarter. There's no reason to try to get that extra play in. I mean, it's not like it's at halftime or anything. So, but they almost got that one off. So at the end of the first, 12-0. Pretty good crowd out today. The Battle of the Swamp. They do have the concession stand open. So if you're driving around and you say, I'd like to go to the game, but I'm hungry, well, they do have the concession stand open for you here.
And it's easy to spot. It's a little hut. It doesn't look like it has tiger paws all over it. Hut is orange. But hey, well, Jordan Thomas, though, like, he's coming out and he's making plays. He's making himself well known, at least to this defense. They're going to have to start game planning for him from here on out.
Yeah, Jordan Thomas carrying the team so far, it looks like, and Centralia having some success on the ground. We didn't see that last week. We saw it seems like they changed a few players in and out from last week. The punter is a little bit different from last week too, and seems like even though WF West is winning 12-0, Centralia is able to move the ball on the ground, and they're primarily a ground team. So see what happens here in the second quarter.
There's 10 minutes left. The second quarter just started. It is 2nd and 12 with a 48-yard line. Centralia is now on our broadcast right, moving to our broadcast left. Now they're lining up. It is their little victory formation run. There's 1 running back in the backfield, 2 on the side. So there's 3 total. The quarterback hands it off. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Jordan Thomas again. Couldn't see the number.
Looked like it was 26. I think what I like about Thomas is he's patient. He just kind of hesitated there, looked for the opening, and there really wasn't anything, so he just put his head down and went forward.
Trying to pick up whatever he can. It is now 3rd and 10. He picked up 2 yards officially on the play. Now they're back at the 50-yard line with 9:31 left in the second quarter. Bearcats are up 12. Tigers are up 0. Now the Centralia Tigers are lining up again. Appears to be the same play. Now there is 1 receiver out to the quarterback's left side. Oh, no, this looks like oh no, number 15, he's throwing the ball deep to the right, and it is picked off by number 21 of WF West, and he's running, and he gets taken down at the Centralia 20-yard line.
About a 42-yard return on that interception. So the ball would kind of lofted up. Probably needed a little more distance, not as much height. That enabled the WF West defender to just kind of stand there and wait for the ball to come to him.
Looked like there was some miscommunication, too, on the play. The wide receiver
could have been.
Didn't seem to be in the right spot. Maybe he thought it was maybe a drag route or something, but it, like you said, it was a loft play, and there wasn't a receiver in the area, so it was an easy interception. It said the number was 21. Is that right? For the
You said 21?
I believe so.
That'd be Leif Johnson. Leif Johnson.
Johnson. All the ball's lined up and hands it to 26 of FSU, and he runs to the left side. Maybe picks up maybe 2 or 3 yards on the play. It was 1st and 10, the 20-yard line.
That'd be Lane Douglas of WF West. Found a nice hole and pushed himself up. Get some yardage there. So both running backs for both teams able to, find some gaps in the line, and they are able to get a little bit of success in running.
Seems to be a substitution on the play as well. WF West lined up. Number 3 is now the quarterback, and he looks like a single back set with a shotgun. And he hands it off to 26 again. No, he keeps the ball himself, and he's running to the right side. He keeps going. He's muscling his way into the, looks like a touchdown.
Yep, it is a touchdown.
And it's official. It's a touchdown. He moved a little bit to the right, kind of fooled everyone. It was a little, everyone thought it was a handoff, but he just seemed to run it up the middle, maybe a little bit towards the right side himself. And there was maybe like 5 defenders all over him, but he just kept muscling his way in. Looked like Marshawn Lynch a little bit out there.
Yeah, already up 18-0 now early in the second quarter, 8:06 up to in the second quarter.
See if WF West maybe tries to fake it again, or they're going to go for the extra point. Number 12 is the placeholder, and number 32 kicked it, and it looked like it is good. It was officially Bearcats 18, Centralia Tigers 0. 8:06 left in the second quarter.
And again, that last play, WF West changed it up, brought a different quarterback in, brought Johnson in, and Johnson faked the handoff, took off with the ball, just kind of followed his blockers, but then powered himself in.
He did. That was all him with the last 5 yards right in between the touchdown. There was no help. He was the help, and now Centralia's up here they're lining up to receive the ball on our broadcast right.
Deep for Centralia, number 11 would be Jonathan Ruff, and they're on the opposite side of the field, and the guy's hiding his number from me again. Looks like a 9. Is that an 8? What is that number there?
Looks like I can't even tell either.
Yeah.
He's hiding it pretty well. He's fooling everyone up here in the broadcast booth.
Kicking off for
WF West is 32. The same person who got the PAT.
Tyler Laufenberg.
Kicks it up, and it is a high kick to the Centralia. He seems to have problems picking up the ball, but he runs with it anyways and probably gets 5 yards up in the middle. Seems to have kind of fumble the ball up in his hands, but he's able to catch the ball and come up for maybe 6 yards.
That's Tyler Milton, who was back to 28. Hard to see his number, but he was one who initially made contact with the ball, dropped it, and then picked it up. Sometimes that works for you, though, because the kickoff team outruns itself, the coverage team, and you can find some holes, but West did not outrun it.
Seemed to get a little antsy, and he's able to pick up some yards, and now Centralia is lining up with looks like their victory little formation. This 15 is in the quarterback. We have Jordan Thomas in the backfield still. And I can't tell what happened. It was a run play up to the right side. Could not see who had the ball.
It's like Jordan Thomas again.
Jordan Thomas had the ball.
In at quarterback for Centralia is Manuel Aguilar, number 15, 5'8". He's a junior.
Centralia was trying to they fooled me on that play. I couldn't even tell who was even having the ball or who was running it. Now they're lining up again. And number 15, Manuel Aguilar, is still in his quarterback. Jordan Thomas is in the backfield, number 26. There's another running back in the play. He hands it off to him up the middle. He's trying to making some people miss on the right side. Looks like he picked up the first down. Or it's very close to it.
Like they'll give him the first down, and that looked like Aguilar again.
Some very excited fans down here. Stadium is filled up quite a bit, and it is starting to get a little dark out. The lights are on. You can clearly tell the lights are on. I couldn't really tell this morning. Now they are lining up again. Centralia is lining up for their little victory formation run. There's a wide receiver on the left and the right side out wide. 26 is looking at this quarterback, and there's another one. Number 11's in motion, and he hands it off to Jordan Thomas again, and he is taken down immediately up the middle.
WF West defense not fooled on that. Just able to penetrate up the middle, basically, and stop him.
It's like they're trying to eye in on Jordan Thomas, number 26. He wasn't able to get any kind of wiggle room on that play. So now Centralia is in. They're making a substitution. 15 is running in for Centralia. Emmanuel Aguilar.
Yeah.
They're in the huddle.
They've been on the right hash mark, if you're listening.
So it is 2nd and 10. Bearcats 19. Centralia Tigers 0. It looks like a single back set. And he hands it off to number 11. He's running it on the left side, trying to make everyone miss. A little swifty. Looks like he picks up 4 yards on the play on the little jet sweep.
Jonathan Ruff listed at 5'11".
Definitely tell their evasiveness was there. Kind of came in and fooled everyone almost like initially on the WF West defense. Was able to pick up some yards until they found out who had the ball. Now Centralia is lining up there in the huddle. Oh no, now they're lining up to snap it. Looks like they're going for the same formation, their little victory run formation. We have 26 in the backfield, number 28 looking at the quarterback. And as Emmanuel Aguilar hands it off to, I believe that is Jordan Thomas again, or it's 28. That's 28.
Tyler Milton that time. Looks like he gets about a, what is that, about a 7-yard run there?
It's 3rd and 7 now officially at the 30-yard line.
Well,
Fourth and 2. 4th and 2. A little slow update in the board. Now it's 4th and 2. The 44-yard line of Centralia. There's 4:40 left in the game. It is the Bearcats 19, Centralia Tigers 0. And it looks like Centralia might be going for it. They're lining up with the same formation, the little victory run. It looked like there's a flag on the play. It looked like offsides on Centralia.
Yeah, man in motion there.
That'll be 4th and 7 at the Centralia 30-yard line in the second quarter. There's 4:21 left to play. Centralia Tigers 0, Bearcats 19. Number 15 is coming in, the quarterback, Manuel Aguilar, if I'm saying that correctly. They're still in the huddle. I'm sorry. They still might be deciding to go for it, and it looks like they are. They're now lined up. The same little victory for number 28 is looking at the quarterback. They have, it looks like it's a drop. Number 15, Manuel Aguilar, he threw it to the right side of number 12. He threw a little high, and number 12 just could not hang on to the ball. The Centralia team, they seemed to fool them. He was pretty wide open. He just seemed a little shooken up. WF West defense came in, had a little penetration.
That was Derek Van de Laarschot.
So now WF West, the Bearcats, they're already lined up. They're in the shotgun formation, going from our broadcast left to our broadcast right. He hands it off. Number 12, he throws it to it looks like a screen to 28, and he is taken down after he picks up the first down and a few more.
Might have fumbled the ball there, and Centralia recovered. So it looks like he did drop the ball.
He dropped the ball, yeah. But good news for Centralia. Maybe they can pick up, maybe find a rhythm on this play, because I know Jordan Thomas, number 26, he's been the offense so far.
So Centralia got not being very successful with the run, so they're going to have to, with the same run they've tried, they're going to have to try something maybe a little different. They had a couple receivers open, because they are known as a passing team. So you have that opportunity. You just got to connect on some of those passes. That would even open it up more for the run.
It looks to be right. Now Centralia is lined up at their, looks like the 27-yard line. It is now 1st and 10. 3:35 left in the quarter, the second quarter. It's like the same little victory formation run. He hands it off, number Manuel Aguilar, to 26, Jordan Thomas. He runs it up the middle, then runs to the right side and picks up maybe 8 yards on the play.
Found a little crease on the line on the right side, able to get through that. And again, if you're just tuning in, this is the JV version of the Swamp, Battle of the Swamp. And the winner of last week's Swamp Cup was, of course, WF West 28-0. So Centralia would like to get a little revenge with the JV team here. Pretty good crowd out tonight. You mentioned that earlier. So.
No, it is. It's filled up even a little more since the last time I looked. They're all seeing their kids out there having fun. And now Centralia, the Tigers, have lined up. It's now 2nd and 7, 30-yard line, the second quarter. He hands the ball off up the middle. Believe, or maybe not. Well, looks like he's taken down immediately. Couldn't tell by the number. Was it Jordan Thomas?
I don't know,
again?
but William Leinhart, who was listed at 6'3", 220, came crashing through, and as soon as the running back got the ball, Leinhart was right on him to push him back.
Now,
so they give him forward progress, though.
Well, they did. It's now 3rd down, 4, 33-yard line. The second quarter is the Swamp Cup of the JV. Now the Centralia Tigers have lined up. Seems they're doing a little victory run formation. One running back in the backfield and one looking at the quarterback and another one on the other side. He hands it off to number 11. Looks like a little sweep again. 11's running a little backwards. And he is taken down after trying to find some room on the left side, and he didn't find anything over there.
Yeah, Jonathan Ruff again. They tried that play earlier, and it didn't get very many yards, but, he tried again, and maybe he'll get to the outside one of these times, gain a few more yards on it.
It seemed like
change it up a little bit like they have right there.
They did change it up a little bit. It seemed they were full the first time, but they caught on that time. As official no yard or nothing gained on the play. Centralia and FS West, the Bearcats, they're both on the sideline, seem to talk to their coach.
It looks like it's 4th down. Centralia went for it last time. We'll see what they do here. Probably, I'm going to guess, go for it, but we sure will find out here in a couple minutes. So another beautiful night for a football game here. Here we are into late October. Still have, barring the last weekend and all the rain, it still looks pretty nice out there tonight. And so I think we have one more game next week. We'll be doing the C team, the JV freshman team. They'll be taking, I believe, Tumwater here, starting at 6 next Monday. That we'll bring to you.
So now the Centralia and WF West, but the Bearcats have lined up. It seems the Centralia Tigers are going to punt the ball. It's 4th and 4.
Deep for WF West, Kevin Clevenger. About the 42-yard line is where he's standing, his own 42.
The refs have started the ball. He gets the ball and he punts it. Number 16, it has a little favorable bounce for Centralia, but number 33 picks it up. He runs on the left side. He's running, still running, and he's taken down at the Centralia, maybe the 36 or 35-yard line.
So he gets about a 35-yard run, and the net result on that is they were headed at the Centralia had it at the 33, maybe the 34, and now W. West has it at 35. So after all that, it's just a yard difference there.
Now, WF West, the Bearcats have lined up. Seems to be the shotgun formation. Number 12 in at the quarterback. Number 36 is the running back in the backfield. There's 2 wide receivers on the right side. The ball is hikes. He's throwing, looking. He finds a wide open man at 26, but he is thrown out of bounds on the left side.
Yeah, if you would have let him to the inside, it probably would have been a touchdown there. He was wide open, but put it to the outside. The receiver had to turn around, and it was a little bit too far to the outside, so it went out of bounds. But nice play call there by WF West.
It was a really good play call. He just threw it to his left shoulder, maybe a little too far. Like he said, if it was thrown maybe more to the right side, it would have been in bounds. But the Bearcats have lined up again. Seems a shotgun formation. One running back in the backfield, number 36. Number 12, I don't have the name yet. He throws it, and he throws it to the right side. I can't tell if it was picked up or dropped. It looks like they're going to get... He caught it? Okay, so it was number 85 with the reception.
It's like, is that 85 or 89? I think it's 89, which would be Kyle Gray with that catch. So kind of a low. The quarterback scrambling, just got rid of it the last second before he was taken down.
It's now 3rd and 1. The Bearcats on the 26-yard line of Centralia. There's 44 seconds left in the play. And he tried a little... Number 12 tried to run on the left side, hopefully trying to bootleg it, trying to get someone wide open, but Centralia was not fooled. Looks like they ran in and got penetration and was able to take him down immediately for the sack.
David Hines for Centralia, listed at 5'5", able to get in and get that sack.
So now it was 4th and 5 on the 30-yard line of Centralia. There's 37.5 seconds left in the second quarter. The Centralia Tigers 0. The Bearcats are 19. But the Bearcats have had a lot of success throwing the ball, at least finding people open.
Yeah, they've really found a lot of success when the quarterback's scrambling. It looked like some of those broken plays, though, when some of the Centralia defenders, especially defensive backs, kind of leave their guy thinking that it's going to be a run. And the WF West quarterback has an open receiver out. So pretty good scrambler, too, the WF West quarterback. We've seen a couple people in there. So Tyson Guerrero has been in, and Johnson, number 3. Josiah Johnson's been in at quarterback a few times for him.
Who did we say was number 12 for the Bearcats?
Tyson Guerrero.
Tyson Guerrero. Tyson Guerrero is coming back in, number 12 for the Bearcats. And his running back, I can't see the number, but he's lined up in the backfield in the shotgun formation. One receiver on the left and the right. There is a flag down the play. Someone jumped.
Yeah, the wide receiver, number 19, who we don't have listed. We don't have his number here. But he took off a little bit too soon right in front of the ref. There's no hiding that when the ref is standing right beside you and you take off. So no time off the clock?
No time on it. It is 37.5. It is now 4th and 10. The 35-yard line of Centralia in the second quarter. There's a wide receiver on the left and the right side. It looks like we have the same quarterback, number 12, and his running back in. He's looking. He's throwing. He's thrown to the left side, and it is dropped. Number 14 in with the coverage. That was really good coverage in by Centralia.
Yeah, that was number 4, Dalton Najos, and he went up for the ball. He could have actually had that. I think the ball was a little bit underthrown. Good coverage, though, by Centralia, but he went up to try to get that, just couldn't handle it. So the ball turns over, and Centralia now has the ball with 31.2 seconds. See what they can do here with the remaining time.
Right before halftime.
The left hash mark going from our broadcast right to our broadcast left.
Now Centralia, the Tigers have now lined up, at least try and get a field goal out of this with 31.2 seconds left. He runs it up the middle. Jordan Thomas. Looks like that was a really good run up the middle. He probably picked up maybe 7 yards on the run. The clock is still going down. It is 20 seconds left in the first half. Centralia is not showing. Oh, they're lining up right now. Lining up with a sense of urgency. There's now 7 seconds left in. See if they can get a play off before the clock goes 0. Now the single back set. The shotgun, they get the ball off. Number 15's throwing. He's looking, he's throwing, and it looks It is picked off by 28, but there is no time left on the clock. He's running on the left side. He's going. He made someone miss. He's made another man miss. He's going in. It looks like he's going in for the score, and it's a fit.
Nope, he did not make it in. The half is over. It got down to about the 3-yard line.
He almost made it in. I think it was Jordan Thomas that came in with the tackle.
Yeah, quarterback just kind of laid that up there, and why not? It's the last play of the half. You have a receiver down the field, but look like the receiver didn't try to defend that. He should have become a defender in that case. The ball is kind of floating up there, and you have a bunch of defenders standing around. As an offensive player, you need to become a defender and try to bat that down. So he was unable to do that. So it was a nice pickoff and nice run back, but it's knocked out of bounds about the 3-yard line. So good break for Centralia right there to keep him from scoring. So if you're tuning in again, you are listening to Centralia Tigers JV football taking on WF West. Yes, it's the Battle of the Swamp JV version of it. And right now, the Bearcats are winning. WF West Bearcats winning 19-0. Let's go over that scoring here. So in the first quarter at the 5:59 mark, there was a 16-yard pass to Cody Morrow. And Cody Morrow was wide open in the end zone. The WFS quarterback at the time scrambled to his right and looked like he was going to run the ball, but just pulled up as he saw Morrow in the end zone by himself and threw it in. That made it 6-0. They missed the extra point, so the score remained at 6-0. And then at the 2:52 mark, there was a 25-yard run. It was a double reverse, and not sure who had the ball on that one, but that made it 12-0. They faked the extra point kick, and then but the pass went incomplete on that one. Or actually, the quarterback got taken down, and that made it 12-0 at that point. And then the second quarter at the 8:08 mark, there was a 21-yard run by Johnson, and he kind of powered himself because the quarterback, Josiah Johnson, came in, faked the handoff, and ran it up the middle. And we remember he kind of powered himself the last 5 yards to get himself in. That made it 18-0, and they did get the extra point. The kick went through the uprights, and that made it 19-0. That's where we stand at the first half of the game. So what are your observations so far?
Well, from what I saw, it seemed to be like the defensive showdown at the very end. Maybe a few broken plays by WF West, the Bearcats, by them throwing the ball a little bit and kind of the quarterback scrambling mostly to his left side. He's able then to test the DBs of Centralia. I mean, most of those plays look pretty promising. Just sometimes the D-line of the Centralia was able to come in and get some penetration and then force him to throw the ball a little early.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Centralia hasn't scored because they were able to move the ball in between the goal lines, but just getting to the goal line has been a little bit difficult for them. And again, we've seen Centralia go for it on 4th down a couple times, even when they're on their side of the field, because they want to win the game, but ultimately it's let's execute these plays at this level. So, but pretty good game so far, I would say.
That was a really good game. Just because it's 19-0 does not mean this is any type of shutout at all. Like you said, Centralia's moving the ball really well. Jordan Thomas is, his name's been called and he's been delivering thus far, mostly up the middle. He's been trying to maybe run on the left and the right side a little bit, and he's found maybe a little luck, but all his luck's been up the middle, finding little creases and holes. He's been a very patient runner as well.
All right, so just a little break here. If your nonprofit club, this is nonprofit club or organization, has an event coming up and you would like it publicized on KCD FM, here's what you need to do. Write out all the information on an official letterhead, including dates, times, phone numbers of people who can be reached for more information. Sorry, we won't air any prices, but send or drop off the information at the studios of KCD, or you can email somebody at KCD, located at 600 Centralia College Boulevard, Centralia, Washington, 98531. So if you're interested and you've got a nonprofit event coming up, you want some publicity for that. So good turnout here, a lot of parents and friends, some students out to watch this game, as it is the JV version of the Battle of the Swamp, and a beautiful night for football. Yeah, we do have the lights that are shining bright. When we first arrived here about, 5 o'clock, It was pretty sunny. We still had some sunshine on the field, but by about 45, there was no sunshine on the field because the shadows were so long at this time of the year. They had the lights on. One thing that we noticed was no referees this time in shorts like last game, so that was probably a good decision by them because it does get a little bit chilly out here. But let's get back to the game here. So I think that WF West able to move the ball pretty good on the ground and through the air. They've had a lot of success through the air. But I think most of their success came from, it looked like what were broken plays to me, where the quarterback had to keep the ball, was scrambling, and found a receiver open. And I think, again, because maybe the Centralia defensive backs maybe thought it was going to be a run and came up to stop him, left their man, left somebody wide open on a couple of those plays there. But WS also showing a lot of speed. We saw that just a minute ago when there was right before halftime. There was an interception. The defensive back almost ran it all the way in. Just got pushed out about the 3-yard line. Thought for sure he was going. He's probably very disappointed. He probably saw the goal right there and was telling himself when he watches the film he should have cut inside and probably would have made it. But he just got pushed out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. For Centralia, let's talk about their offensive play first. Able to get some yardage in the ground. They're finding holes, and I think sometimes they become too predictable running the same play. And so we've seen a couple sweeps, a couple times they've tried to. But who was that? 26, Jordan Thomas. Wow, he looks like he's a pretty good running back there. Finding some creases, able to get through the line, pick up some yardage. We don't have the official stats of how many yards he has for the first half, but I imagine he's got pretty close to about at least 80 yards, maybe, I would think.
Well, he is 6'3", 178 pounds, and he's a junior, so he's quite big, and he's able to show his size and run it up the middle. Make some of these guys kind of work to bring him down.
So with 3:26 before the second half starts, we're going to take a short break here. We're going to let you view what's out there, and we'll take a short break. Be back in about 2 minutes. All right, welcome back to Tiger Stadium, where it is the battle of the JV Swamp, with the WF West taking on Centralia. Centralia, of course, the home team in their dark jerseys, the black jerseys with the orange helmets. WF West wearing white with crimson numbers, it looks like. Almost kind of reminds me of a WSU uniform because they have gray helmets on. But we've got about 20 seconds before the second half starts. WF West winning this one right now, 19-0. And so Centralia inside. What do you think the coaches were telling Centralia about to do for the second half, being down 19-0?
I would say just keep handing the ball off up the middle with Jordan Thomas, because that seems to be working. And he seems to be carrying this team so far. Like, I'd say maybe for the quarterback, try and throw in some drag routes or something, because every time they try to throw the ball, always seem to lob it mostly to the left side.
Yeah, and it seems like on that last pass, we're just referring to a pass right before halftime. The quarterback didn't really have a lot of time to throw it, so he had to just let it go right before he got hit, and it wasn't a very accurate throw. It was picked off by WF West. So Centralia out on the field, and I'm not sure. I think Centralia will be kicking off because pretty sure they received it. We'll find out here. Or maybe they are going to receive it because they have a couple men deep. Number 11, who's been back there all night, Jonathan Ruff. And I think it was 28, the number that we couldn't see. That was Tyler Milton way back in the backfield. So Milton and Ruff ready to receive it. They're on their own 17-yard line. They'll be going from our broadcast right to our broadcast left. So WF West putting the ball on the tee. The kicker is, can't see his number, there it is, 32 for WF West. That would be Tyler Laufenberg. So referees signal start of play. So here comes that kickoff. And it is kind of a low, squibbly kick, picked up about the 30 by an up man for Centralia. He gets about 7-8 yards up to the 40-yard line before he's brought down. Let's see if we can identify that guy. Kind of a looks like that is number 20. Is that 26? No? 20. Number 20 for Centralia.
24. Or 20, yeah.
Rene Bonilla Tolofa. So Centralia will get first shot at scoring here as they have the ball on their 39 and 3/4 line, just short of the 40-yard line.
The quarterback just came in, Manuel Aguilar for Centralia. Looked like the coach was talking to him, maybe kind of what kind of plays he wanted him to run.
Yep. So coming to the line right now. Let's see what formation they've been running. That kind of a hybrid formation. This time they have one running back, almost a pro set, with a wing person off to the side. Hand off to Jordan, number 26. That would be Jordan Thomas, who gains about 6 yards. So he did a lot of that in the first quarter, and Jordan Thomas getting a lot of yardage, finding some room. Maybe the defense will wear down a little bit, and Thomas will even be a little more successful. So let's see if what they spot that at. It looks like that'll be bring up.
There's
a flag on the play. So Centralia going backwards. Didn't see that one. So let's see what the call was. What was that? Illegal use of? Oh, it's holding.
Yeah, it was a holding call.
So that'll be a 10-yard penalty. Bring up 1st and 20 for Centralia. So not a great way to start that second half there. 1st and 20. They'll have it right short of the 30-yard line. See what formation they're using. Same formation. You have one. It looks like a pro set with somebody off, like almost a wing position. Hands it off. Looks like to Jordan Thomas again, who gets maybe 3 yards before he's taken down.
The defense too, they got the box in. I don't know if it's kind of hard to see, but like the linebackers are all coming in the middle because now they're expecting Centralia to probably run on most plays.
So 2nd and 17 for Centralia. So WF West showing really a good defensive line the whole night. Not making a lot of penetration, Centralia is. 2nd 17. Same formation, except with 2 receivers this time. I'm going to hand it off to the second man, the wing guy, who's going to cut back this way, and that's number 28. Gets more than the first down, gets about 7 more yards, so 17, about 24-yard run there for number 28. So nice play. He kind of reversed his field. Wasn't seeing anything to the right side. Tyler Milton reversed his field and was able to get to the outside pick up 20, what did I say, 24 yards on that? Yeah, 24 yards.
It was Tyler Hampton for the defense of WF West that tried to bring him down, but he just kind of pushed him to the sideline until he kept running.
So 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line of WF West. This time we have 2 running backs in the backfield, kind of that pro set. And they'll hand it off to Jordan Thomas again. He'll get about 4 yards on that before he's taken down, just up the right side, following his blockers.
The Bearcats looked like they tried to blitz on the play, but he was a very patient runner as we've seen thus far, and he's able to kind of break free on the right side and kind of find a little gap and get like maybe 2 or 3 more yards out of that run.
Yeah, so it's 2nd and 6 officially for Centralia. 8:06 left in the 3rd quarter. Centralia moving the ball here. Got that big holding penalty, but they're able to make up the yardage they got in penalties. So this time 1 running back in the backfield, 1 receiver wide right. Handoff again to number 26. He goes up the left side, spins around, and looks like just short of the first down, depending where the ref marks him. So over to the right hash mark, the left hash mark, where the ball will be placed. But he was right where the 40-yard marker is. That's where he was taken down.
It looks to be that way. And Jordan Thomas, too, like he's a really smart running back, as we've seen, because that little spin that you mentioned earlier, that spin was able to give him like an extra yard, and he's able to get that long body and stretch down, maybe get an extra yard in.
So 3rd and 1 now for Centralia. Having a little success on the ground, trying both sides of the ball, of the line, I should say. So WF West, we've got a pretty big defensive line there. 1 running back again, and we have those 2 wing backs. It looks like a quarterback sneak, and some of his players get behind him, push him through, and they're going to make that. They're going to make the first down, and is there a flag? No, it's just someone's shoe out there.
Someone lost his shoe.
Well, his shoe is bright orange, and it's a big shoe. That when you see him all around the other people's feet, it almost like a flag. But they will get the first down. So 1st and 10 for Centralia. They're at the WF West. What's that? About a 33-yard line. Yeah, about 33-yard line. Moving the ball now. So maybe what the coaches said to him during halftime has sunk in. 1 running back, 2 wide receivers wide on both sides. Quarterback hands it to one of the wing backs who goes to the left side, and he finds some running room to the outside. Oh, there's a flag on the play, but he gets down to the 20-yard line. Let's see what that flag is.
It was number 11 who made that run. It is Jonathan Ruff, if I am saying that correctly. It's listed at 5'11", 150 pounds. And he's a junior. But hey, he was able to show some little elusiveness and able to break free, maybe make a few people miss.
Centralia moving back, so let's see what that penalty was. It was another holding call on Centralia, so it's the 2nd one during this drive. So penalized 20 yards so far during this drive, but they're able to move the ball, so we'll see what happens here.
They were able to recover from the first holding penalty. If they're moving the ball like this, they should be able to do it again.
Let's see where they place the ball. It's probably from the infraction, so yeah. So that's going to bring up 1st and 9. So it must have been from where he held. It must not have been at the line of scrimmage. The flag was way past the line of scrimmage. So same formation. We have somebody in the backfield, and then the 2 wing backs with 2 receivers split. Gives it to the running back. That's Jordan Thomas, who goes up the middle, pushes, and the scrum is just going forward. They're still pushing each other. Finally, he goes down at about the 18-yard line. See where the refs place that ball, though.
It was the entire defense and offense. They were both pushing. It was like a tug of war or something like that.
Looked like rugby. Rugby game was going on out there. So 1st and 10 now, even after that penalty, at about the 19-yard line for Centralia. So Centralia finding some success. I mean, the coaches probably told them they were having success in the first half. They just need to, mix it up a little bit more. So quarterback under center, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers. Going to hand it to one of the wing backs, number 11, or maybe that's number.
That's number 11.
Is it number 11?
Yes.
He gets about 5 or 6 yards on that. So those are kind of misdirection plays that we have going on. That is Jonathan Ruff, who's listed at 5'11".
He was
50 pounds.
He was the same wide receiver that had that big run the last time before that holding call brought it back. It was the same on the left side.
Yeah. So if you're listening to the broadcast, we're trying to describe that play. But if you're watching it on YouTube, then you can see the formation, which is kind of interesting with those little wing backs there. This time we have 2 running backs. He's going to hand it to the second guy through, which is, I believe, Jordan. That's 26. So Jordan Thomas gets a couple. Did he get the first down?
Looks like he was able to take it with the first down.
So it's going to be first and goal from about the 7.5-yard line. So let's see if they can score from here.
Well, they've had success running the ball up the middle. I want to try and see him do it again.
So it gets a little tougher when you get into that red zone, though. So 1 running back, you have the 2 wing backs and 2 wide receivers. And they hand it to it's almost like a sweep. Will he get in or no?
Looks like he stopped at the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. So if we can describe that, what happens is you have the 2 people toward the end. They're like 2 running backs, but they're wide almost at the end of the line. That was Tyler Milton. And so Milton was on the left side, came around from the right side, and ran to the corner of the end zone, but was stopped just a little bit short. But what's going on here now? Listen, there must have been a penalty on the play because they're bringing the.
Yeah, I didn't see a flag thrown anywhere.
That's kind of weird because.
Sometimes if a ref doesn't have a flag, they can throw the hat too, and that's also. It's the same thing. So most refs might carry like 1 or 2 flags at most, but
so it looks like the other team has the ball though. So WF West, do they have the ball?
There might have been a fumble on the play.
Might have been a fumble that we missed. I think there was, and it was a touchback, so they brought it out to the 20. So we kind of missed that.
It was on the corner.
Looked like he was down. So WF West comes out in the shotgun. It looks like number 3 out there would be Johnson. It's gonna be a timeout. Not sure who called timeout there, but there will be a timeout. Oh, it's Centralia calling timeout. So it looked like maybe when the running back was tackled, it looked like he fell on his back, but you would think the ball would be down at that point, but they must have stripped it from him.
They must have saw it. Well, they saw something we didn't see. Maybe it rolled off his body and it rolled out of the end zone made it a touchback. Maybe it was past the 1, but it's hard to tell from over here exactly what happened.
Kind of surprised on that one. Centralia really moving the ball.
Yeah, they're moving the ball really well.
Third quarter, they're just moving it methodically up the field, but looks like they had a couple miscues on some holding calls, but they looked like they were going to score for sure. So WF West going the other way from our broadcast left to our broadcast right. The ball is spotted in the middle of the field, and it's in the shotgun formation. We have 2 running backs to the right and left. 1 right, 1 left. 2 wide receivers split wide. That's Johnson, Hosea Johnson. Hands it off to one of the running backs, the left running back. He's going to try the middle, get about 6-7 yards before he's taken down.
There's no flag down on the play either. He's just able to find great penetration. So the defense seemed a little spread out, and that's how he was able to find success running the ball.
Yeah, I think putting those receivers out wide probably loosened up that middle because they've had some success on those long passes. So same formation this time, shotgun formation. Josiah Johnson, split receivers wide, right and left. He's going to throw it out to his left, and it's a flea flicker. Flea flicker's it's going to go for 74 yards there.
It was number 36 of WF West that caught it.
76 is the person who ran it in?
No, 36.
36 ran it in. Okay. So that was Wyatt Brinskins. So the original play was he threw it out to his wide receiver, and then you had a person coming from the backside. They call that the flea flicker.
It was a basic curl throw, and it looked like he was just going to grab it, maybe go down, but it fooled everyone. It fooled us up here, and he was able to just like you said, just kind of pitch it off, and he's able to easily run it in for the touchdown on the left
so
side.
he just outran everybody. 353 mark makes it 25-0. We'll see if this extra point is good. It's up and just over the uprights.
That was it bounced on the goalpost like 2 or 3 times, and then just gave him a favorable bounce inside, and the extra point was good.
You can hear the crowd out there cheering. I couldn't see what happened because I have this big post in front of me, but it looked like it was going to make it, but apparently it just hit the upright, and bounced.
It bounced on the bottom like 2 times. It was like it was dribbling.
Wow.
And just kind of fell right over. It's something you'd see like in an overtime like kickoff. It was pretty impressive. It's not something you see very often.
And really I'm looking at the flag right now. There's no wind blowing. The flag maybe just a little bit, but not enough to really affect anything. So WF West winning 26-0 now. They'll be kicking off deep for Centralia. Number 11, Jonathan Ruff, and number 28, Tyler Milton. The kicker for WF West has been able to get it. Last time he kicked a squib kick, it was on the ground and went a little bit short. So let's see if he tries to kick it up and along this time. Looks like number
Tyler Laufenberg is his name.
Laufenberg, okay. So let's see what kind of kick it this one is. Again, it's kind of low on the ground. One of the players picks it up, drops it. The other player, number 28, gets it. He'll be taken out of bounds. So that's number 28 for Centralia. Tyler Milton. He caught it about picked it up about the 24 and got it up to the, let's see where they're marking it, about the 30.
And that was
9-yard line?
Yeah, that's about right. And that's after it went between someone's legs. He's able to pick the ball up and make something out of it because it looked like he was going to pick it up. It just seemed he accidentally was grabbing. And just
so about an 18-yard return there. So Centralia, they almost scored last time. It really was moving the ball. Same formation. Quarterback behind center. We have running back. Gives it to the second guy through. That's Jordan Thomas. And he powers his way up for almost 9 yards there.
Got his shoulders down, and he was just pounding on through. He wasn't going to let anyone stop him then on that play. And it showed like he got past all his blockers, and that was all him, the last 2 or 3 yards in.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 1 for Centralia. Just 3:20 left in the third quarter of the 2017 JV Swamp meet. So we've got almost looks like a pro set with that wing person on the left side this time. They're going to throw a flag. What are they saying?
Can't see who it was on. They're saying it's on Centralia. It was a false start.
Illegal procedure or false start, yes. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. So Centralia shooting themselves in the foot. Did it twice on their first drive right after the first half.
And they were able to recover on all of them except for that fumble that we didn't see. So they've been moving the ball down pretty well, just running it up the middle with Jordan Thomas and adding in some jet sweeps or like pitches off in the left and the right.
Pretty impressed with Jordan Thomas. He said 6'3", 178. Pretty big back.
Especially for high school as well.
Manuel Aguilar at quarterback. He's going to pitch it out to number 11, Jonathan Ruff. And he'll get the first down. So whatever yards they lost, that holding, they'll gain back. Get the first down.
Defense is kind of boxing in the middle, expecting Jordan Thomas, but when they...
Did we get how far that run was at all?
It looked like an 8-yard run, but it was enough to pick up the first down.
Okay. So they'll bring up 1st and 10. They're Centralia going from a broadcast right to our broadcast left. They're on the right hash mark, just past the 50-yard line, about the 47-yard line of WF West. Hands it off to Jordan Thomas again. He's going to just follow his blockers and get about 7 or 8 yards. So just, follow your blockers here. That's the thing to do because it's working for him now, probably softening up that defense a little. 2:08 left now in the third quarter.
If there's a comparison that I could make to maybe the pros, it's Le'Veon Bell. He's known to be a very patient. He's a very big back as well, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's just waiting for the blocking to come up, and he's making his move after that.
So 2nd and 4. Centralia in got a single back with 2 receivers split wide. Going to come give it to the wing guy who's going to try the left side, then cut up the middle. That is Jonathan Ruff. So he's coming from the right side. So when I say the wing, he's like almost at the end of the line, but he's a step back from the line.
Yeah,
he's not really in a running back position.
He's almost like he's lined up at the slot, and he's coming in from behind, and it's more like kind of a jet sweep.
Yeah. So now they have the ball on the left hash mark.
It was a 1 yard
3rd and 3. 2 running back, kind of a pro set with the wing guy on the left. Going to give it to Jordan Thomas again. It looks like he'll pick up that first down. Looks like they'll mark it. Yeah, from here it looks like it should be a first down.
Oh yeah, it was the first down. They're marking it past the marker, but he kind of like ran on the right side a little bit. Like I say, he's a very patient runner, and he just found that hole and just kind of buried his head in and ran down and picked up that first down. So all you gotta do is move the chains.
Yep, first down then with 48 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. So Centralia, really a running team, not really made to. If you're down by a lot, you're not going to score real quickly because they're more of a running team. So you don't want to get too far behind here, although it's 26-0 right now. So we have 1 running back and almost like a strong side formation there. 26, Jordan cutting through the middle, cuts it back, and he gets about 13, 14 yards, gets down to the WF West 20, where are they going to mark it? 24-yard line. So a 12-yard run by Jordan Thomas.
He found a big hole that time, and if he didn't make you miss, he made you work to bring him down. He's exploiting that right side. I don't know what the coaches have seen, but they're doing something, and it's working.
And they must have said something during halftime. 18 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. So back on that single back formation, just 1 receiver to the right. Hands it off to, looks like that was Jordan again, Jordan Thomas. He gets about 5 or 6. It'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter with WF West winning 26-0.
Oh yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Jordan Thomas over here. I'm sure his parents are out in the crowd or they're listening to us right now, and they should be very proud. He is the entire offense besides for number 11, which is Jonathan Ruff. They're handing it off to him a few times too, getting those little jet sweeps in there. He's lining up from the slot. He's mostly running to the left side. And from what I've noticed so far, Jordan Thomas is exploiting the right side. So whatever the quarterback sees, if he sees the boxes lining up, he's handing it off to Ruff. He's getting in maybe 1 or 2 yards in, but it's loosening that box up.
Yeah, you got to keep going with what's working for you. And, you got to stop them, right? You keep doing it and say, stop us, and then we'll change up what we're doing.
Exactly. It's just a 1-2 punch. Like, it's a little predictable, but they're still kind of second guessing. I'm like, are they going to hand it off to Ruff, or are they going to run up the middle with Jordan Thomas? And the quarterback, I'm pretty sure he's reading that defense. He's like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to hand it off, and it's working pretty well so far. Even though they don't have any points up on the board, they're moving the ball very, very well.
Maybe the defensive line of WF West is wearing down a little bit too, because Jordan Thomas is getting almost every time he touches the ball, he's getting about 5 or 6 yards at least.
We can definitely tell WF West, almost everyone on the defense has their hands at their hips. That's a good indication that they're starting to get tired. They don't want to. They're tired of him running the ball. They're like, Jordan Thomas, please stop. Please just give us a break. But they can't seem to bring him down, and he just keeps pounding his way up there and keep getting the first down. So now it is first down for Centralia, and he's running it up with Jordan Thomas again. He's able to pick up quite a few yards on that play. It was looked like the pro set. He ran it up the middle, and he's clearly able to get it down the first down. It was 2nd and 4 before the 18-yard line, and now he's maybe at
13.
like the 8-yard line now.
Yeah,
Or-
they got about a 13-yard gain. It looks like they're down about the 7. It's like someone was holding their hand out there, like they might have been hurt a little bit. I couldn't tell if that was Jordan Thomas or not.
It's now his first and goal on the 7-yard line officially. Cannot tell who's in at quarterback, but Jordan Thomas is in the backfield. Looks like a single back set. He hands it off to him, and he runs to the right side. He kind of runs through, and he breaks in, and he looks like he has the touchdown. Beautiful run, beautiful. He just made everyone miss, and if he made you miss, you had to work to bring him down, and they could not bring him down. And now the Tigers have their first touchdown of the game in the fourth quarter with 9:39 left to play.
Yep, just feeding it off to your money guy. That would be Jordan Thomas, and so he's got him all the way downfield. You have to give it to him, let him get the score on that. So which they did. So he powdered himself in. Really, if you watch the game, just parts of the game, you would think that he probably would have scored a couple more times during the game. But it's 26-6 right now. See what they do on the extra point, whether they kick it or go for
two.
a conversion.
From the looks of it, looks like they're going for two. Looks like I almost thought the Wildcat. No, it is number 15. He hands it off the middle. It looks like he hands it off to 28. He's running it in on the left side, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. It is now Centralia Tigers 8, Bearcats 26 in the fourth quarter with 9:39 left to play.
Yeah, that was number 28. Tyler Milton just pitched it out to him. He went around the left side. It does look like that WF West defensive line is tiring out a little bit there.
Oh, you can definitely tell they're tiring out. Like they have their hands on their hips. If you see that, that's a good indication that it's time to run the ball, and it's time to run the ball often. And that's what the Centralia Tigers are known for anyways. They're just sticking to their game plan right now, and it's working. So now we have Centralia lining up to kick it off. They're on our broadcast left, and they're going to kick it off to our broadcast right to the Bearcats, and they are now coming on the field to line up. Can't see who's in the backfield for the Bearcats. It's
Number 31, it looks like. Who would
30,
be?
the 33 and 26.
33, that's Kevin Clevenger. And you said 26?
26.
And Lane Douglas back for WF West.
And for the Centralia Tigers, can't see who's going to kick it off. Look, number 11.
Jonathan Ruff.
He's the man who was doing the little jet sweeps earlier. Has his hand up. He's ready to kick it. The ball is snapped, and he is kicked out. Looks like a little, no, not a little. It's a squid kick. Maybe to the 36-yard line. He's running it. And number 28 gets it to the Centralia 42-yard line.
Yeah, about a 15-yard return. So not a very deep kick by Ruff. And returner Abel looked like he almost broke it around the corner for WF West, but not quite. Got pushed out.
So now the WF West, the Bearcats have lined up. They have the ball. They're going from our broadcast, going to the broadcast left. Can't tell who's in at quarterback. But the ball is snapped, and number 26 for the Bearcats has it. He runs up the middle. He finds some success, and he keeps going. That made me look like a 15-yard run.
Yeah, and at quarterback for WF West is number 19, who's not listed on their program. So we're kind of out of luck on that one.
That's unfortunate.
A nice run by WF West. They get a first down.
You say it was 19 that ran the ball, or is in it?
19 at quarterback.
So number 19 is still in at quarterback, and he has 32 in the backfield and 26 out there too. It looks like a shotgun formation with two running backs, both on his left side. And we have a man in motion from the right to the left, and he hands it off to him. It is number 22. He's trying to. Oh, he made one man miss. 35 is his number, and he runs in from the right, and he comes into the left side. Maybe picks up maybe a 1 yard or two on the play.
There's number 36 right there. That was Wyatt Deskins. Deskins listed at 6'2", 160.
So it's officially a 1 yard gain. It is now 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line of Centralia. It's 8:33 left in the fourth quarter. Now Number 19 is in. He has a running back to his left and his right. He hands it off to 26 up the middle. He goes up to his right side. He comes in. Maybe he gets maybe a 6-yard run off the play.
Yeah, Lane Douglas there for WF West. At the last second, he just kind of dived forward. Try to get a few extra yards there.
He's listed at 5'8", 140 pounds, if that is 26. He's able to muscle his way in there. And now the Bearcats have lined up again. The 23-yard line is 3rd and 1. This is number 19 with a running back to his left and his right. He hands the it's a fumble on the play. The Tigers pick it up, and it is a fumble. It is Centralia Tiger ball at maybe the 35-yard line. It was a bad handoff, but Centralia was able to take advantage, and maybe we'll see Jordan Thomas coming a little bit more.
I believe that was number 2, Joey Elif with the recovery.
A great play by Centralia. They'll take advantage, and now we have Manuel Aguilar, number 15, the quarterback, coming in. He's talking to his coach, and now they just lined up. Looks like they're pro set. 26 is in the backfield. Oh no, it looks maybe more like a single back set actually. And the ball is snapped, and he kind of pitches it out to the right at number 11. He loses maybe a yard or two on the play.
Yeah, I think that pitch went a little bit too high, and the running back had to wait for it there, and defense was able to converge on him pretty quickly. You want that ball out quickly over to your running back.
It was Jonathan Ruff who had the ball. Tried to work with what he had, but he was swarmed by Bearcats. So now it is 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line in the 4th quarter. Bearcats 26, Tigers 8. They're lined up the pro set. 15 hands it off to 26, which is Jordan Thomas. He runs in. He maybe can't tell how many yards he picked up, but it was almost enough for the first down.
Let's see where they place it. Maybe 9 yards on that. It looks like they're going to place it back a little bit, about a yard behind.
Thought maybe he could have had it with the forward motion, but no, they gave him the first down.
No, they didn't.
It says on the...
No, they haven't changed that yet.
They haven't it was 2nd and 10. Now they said put 1 and 10.
So it's 3 and...
So it's 3rd down.
And 1, it looks like.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Officially, but the scoreboard seems a little messed up, so the sign says 3rd down, but it is the pro set. He hands it off to Jordan Thomas again. He picks it, and if you didn't get it the last time, it's definitely first down this time. Looks like maybe a 5-yard pickup.
And Thomas getting those extra yards all by himself because he had to get in front of his blockers there, and just he got hit behind the line. He wanted to get that first down, so he just powered himself forward.
It almost makes
It
almost makes you wonder how Jordan Thomas is on the JV. Maybe get him some tryouts for the varsity team if he's having this much success. But it is now 6:04 left in the 4th quarter. The Tigers have 8, Bearcats 26. If you're just tuning in, at the 50-yard line is now 1st and 10. And the Centralia Tigers have lined up in their pro sets. He hands the ball off up the middle. I believe is Jordan Thomas. I couldn't see the number, but he's muscling his way through, and he picks up maybe 9 yards or the first down. We'll see where the refs mark it.
Looks like they're going to give him the first down, possibly. Yep.
Gave him the first down. So he was able to run, but he had a little help. He had his teammates, maybe his... He had help, and he was able to push in and get for the first down. So it's the victory for the little pro set. Their pro set, and they run it up the middle to Jordan Thomas. He's up the middle and is able to pick up a few yards, maybe. Able to pick up a few yards on the play. So now the Centralia Tigers have lined up. 20, no, not 22. 2 runs in. Can't tell if he's the came in at quarterback. No, he's the wide receiver. He's on the right side. We still have 15 in. Manuel Aguilar, and they lined up in their little pro set. 26 in the backfield. He hands it off to number 16. He comes in from the right, and he's moving to the left. He has some success, and he picks up 8 yards on the run.
Mix it up, give it to someone else that time. And number 10, it looked like, Colby Baird, able to find some running room. Show a little bit of speed there, too.
He found some success. I haven't seen him thus far this game, but the box was coming in, so they decided to hand it off to the side. And now the Centralia Tigers are lining up. And 15, Melvin Aguilar still in at quarterback, 26 in the backfield with someone else back there with him. I can't see the number, but they hand it. Oh, no, they didn't hand it off. Number 15 still has the ball. Looks like he's going for it himself. Rushes to the sideline of the Bearcats. Looks like he has enough for the first down.
Yeah, wasn't sure if that was a broken play or it was a planned. But Aguilar looked like he was looking downfield to maybe throw it at the last second. Just tucked it in and ran with it.
Almost like maybe it was a fake handoff, but it fooled the Bearcats pretty well. But it looked like no one was open, so he decided to run for it himself and get the first down.
3:47 left in the game. In the fourth quarter, Bearcats winning 26-8.
Now the Centralia Tigers are lining up after their huddle. Let's see what formation this is. Seems to be the same pro set as before. We have one running back in the back. Oh, 2 actually. Melvin Aguilar hands it off in the middle, and he's taken down almost immediately by Jordan Thomas. Maybe picks up, maybe the forward motion maybe picks him up like a yard or 2.
He was tripped up by a defender before he could get back to the line, but he did pick up a couple. Looked like a defender going down, grabbed his leg.
There's officially a 2-yard gain at the WF West 26-yard line. Is in the fourth quarter with 3:07 left to play. Centralia Tigers are in the huddle by discussing if they're going to run up the middle or maybe run it to the side, left or right, so like they have been. And they are in the same pro set. No, this looks more like a single back set this time. 26, Jordan Thomas in the backfield. He doesn't hand it off. He looks like he's throwing it deep down. He almost seen number 12 had it, but he dropped it maybe on the ground. But he was wide open on the play, just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, and the quarterback was a little rushed there. There was a defender in his face. He just had to let it go, so maybe not the most accurate throw. Receiver had to come back for it and go low, and I think it hit the turf first.
It looked like it hit the turf first, but now it's 3rd and 8 at the 26-yard line of the Bearcats. Number 15 coming in, the quarterback, Manuel Aguilar.
Yeah, I like that last play call. They've been running it a lot and then just put it up.
Oh, they did, yeah. It wasn't like it seemed to only throw lofts the whole time, but it seemed to be a little more controlled. So now the Centralia Tigers have lined up. It is the pro set. We have Jordan Thomas in the backfield along with another running back that I cannot see his number, but he hands it off to Jordan Thomas, and he picks up 3 or 4 yards, or maybe even more than that. Maybe it's enough for the first down. It looks pretty close to the chains. It was 3rd and 8 on the play. Let's see where they're
going to mark it a little bit short, but Centralia will go for this. Definitely looks like about 1 yard short there, maybe 2.
And there's officially 2, but they really don't seem to have a choice. If it's the Centralia Tigers are 8, the Bearcats 26 with 2:07 left now to play, and they are at the Bearcat 20-yard line. Now they're lining up, and it is in the pro set. We have Jordan Thomas in the backfield. They pitch it off to 28, and it's kind of thrown maybe a little too far, and he
not going to make that.
He did not get enough for the first down. The pitch was on the left side, and it seemed a little too far, and he was able to secure the ball, but he tried to get for the first down, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it looked like the pitch slipped out of the quarterback's hands or something and just was off target. So the pitch needed to lead the running back, but it was a little bit behind him.
Yeah, typically with the pitch, you want to throw it in front of them so they can catch it. You don't want to. It seemed it was thrown behind him, so he had to rush back and grab it. But it seemed just to be a rush play. But it also seemed the Bearcats were able to get good penetration in, so he was a little. So it seemed like he had to throw it off, or he was going to take the sack on 4th down. But now the Bearcats have the ball because it was on 4th, so now it's 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line of Centralia. It seems to be. It seems to be a run play, and he is taken down immediately. He lost maybe 2 or 3 yards on the run. Centralia was able to come in and get some good penetration.
Can't see who had the ball that time, but yeah, Centralia, man, they just stormed through the line, threw him for a loss, at least a 2-yard loss there.
So now is officially 2nd and 12 on the 19-yard line with 1:21 left to play in the 4th quarter. Centralia Tigers are 8. The Bearcats are at 26, and they have the ball. They're lining up, and looks like the single back set. And he hands the ball up the middle. It seems to get to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more. Maybe a 2 or 3 run.
Yeah, under a minute left.
It's 3rd and 8, the 23-yard line of Centralia. It's 50 seconds left. And it looks like the Bearcats are going to let the clock kind of die out a little bit.
They're taking as much time if they have to get back to the line.
They are in no hurry to line up. So we have a bunch of substitutions coming in and out for the Bearcats. Now they are lining up with 32 seconds left. It is 3rd and 8 at the 23-yard line of the 4th quarter. Looks to be the single back set. And he hands the ball off, number 19 to 25. He runs to the left side. He maybe gets 2 or 3 yards, but there's only 13 seconds left. Looks like this clock's going to die out.
Yeah, it looks like WF West will win 26-8 the 2017 JV Swamp Cup. You can hear the crowd. Pretty big crowd out there cheering on both teams. Both teams going into the center of the field. You like to see that.
You see a
Good
lot of
sportsmanship. A lot of them know each other because they live in the area.
See a lot of Tiger fans out here. You can definitely tell it's a home game. But as far as this rivalry goes, they seem to very good sportsmanship, which is always, like you said, something you like to see.
Yeah. And while we're talking about good sportsmanship, we just want to thank a few people here. Scott Chamberlain, who's the athletic director for WF West, allowing us to come out and broadcast the game. And then our engineer, camera person / everything, Bill Shokoff, who is out on a ledge out there with the camera and shooting the video for us. So let's just talk about the second half here. Well, the scoring started in the second half. It was, at the time, it was 19-0, about with 3:53 left in the third quarter. Now, at the beginning of the third quarter, Centralia got the ball, and they were marching down the field, got a couple holding penalties, but they still got down to about the one where they fumbled, and it must have gone out of the end zone or something because WF West got the ball at the 20-yard line. We didn't really see that whole play there. But then WF West had a flea flicker. The quarterback threw it out left, and the receiver caught it, flicked it out to, I don't know if it was a running back that came down that side, but he ran down 74 yards to score. That made it 25-0. They got the PAT, point after, and it was 26-0. And then Centralia finally scored, and that was at the 9:39 mark of the fourth quarter. So early in the fourth quarter, it was a 7-yard run by Jordan Thomas, who was a workhorse all night long, getting a lot of runs. I wonder what his final yardage was for the game. I'm thinking well over 100 yards. But they made that 26-6, and then they got the 2-point conversion, which was a pitch out to the left side, and the running back able to run that in. That made it 26-8, and that was the final score there at 9:39 of the fourth quarter. Nobody else scored, so the final score 26-0. WF West Bearcats winning this JV battle of the Swamp.
Oh, they did get that touchdown at the very end. But
did they really?
Yeah, that was that 26-8. Said 26-0. I don't want anyone to be confused.
That was the one I was talking about.
Oh,
the 7-yard Jordan Thomas run.
Oh, okay.
26-8. Yeah, it was the final score. So we got. I think this is the last game for the JV, last home game at least, and then the freshmen do play next Monday, so we'll be bringing you that game. I think that's against Tumwater. We saw the Tumwater JV play here a couple weeks ago. We covered that game. So pretty big crowd out. Look at that. People leaving now. Look at that crowd.
That was a good
I'm
crowd.
pretty impressed by that. I don't know if the concession stand's still open, but there's a lot of people leaving. So might as well take our time getting out of here because parking would probably be crowded out there. So good game tonight by both teams. It's one of those games, again, you can say that the score is a little misleading because Centralia did play a pretty good game. Just had some miscues. If they would have scored down there, who knows? They would have had, 16 points? It would have been a little bit different.
Yeah, it seemed like they were going for 2 the entire time, and who knows? Maybe the Bearcats wouldn't have scored because they got the ball on their 20, but just something you just can't predict. But
yeah,
the Centralia Tigers came alive in the second half. Like the score was a little misleading, just because like the back half got so wild up because Jordan Thomas, number 26 for Centralia, they came in. He was able to, like, the coach told him something, or he gave him, I don't know if you remember Space Jam, a little secret stuff from Bugs. It's probably what he had. He came in and got all the yards.
They definitely said something to him at halftime because I think, you mentioned this during the second half, the defense would bring that little box up, and I think the coaches on Centralia saw that and said, okay, this is what we need to do. And they counteracted that, and they were able to move the ball a lot better. So I want to thank you for joining us. We got to wrap this up. People are trying to get out of here. So the final score, 26-8, WF West JVs beating the Centralia Tigers tonight in the JV Battle of the Swamp. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with another game for you. Have a good night.